Hello, my name is Kim. I'm 52 years old. I'm a certified MMA referee. I was based in Indonesia. Then there was an event called TPI Fighting Championship. It's one of the first or second MMA event in Asia, which is URCC was the first one. Then Indonesia came up with a TPI Fighting Championship. So I decided I want to fight. So I joined.
How many fights did you manage to rack up in total?
First 1, 2, 3, 5.
Oh, 5?
Yeah, 5. It was a pro fight.
Yeah.
They didn't have like what we have now, amateur fight. Then after that, pro fights. So when I was fighting, they just give me a name, the name of the gym, and the discipline. That's it. I don't know anything. So I only know the background of the fighter. So they're example like a judo black belt doing boxing. So what I do is I train judo, then I train boxing as well, and then kickboxing. I started off in Malaysia. I had a job here, so in Surabaya. I was managing a Clark Catch International. Then after 3 years, then I moved to Australia. Then I decided to open up a business here in Malaysia. My own gym, fight gym. I was training with Melvin Yo, Ultimate Beatdown, Ultimate MMA Gym. So they organize small MMA events. So then they were looking for referees, and they asked me if you want to referee. So I said yes, Melvin, okay, I'll referee. From there, I really liked it. So from there, I refereed a few MMA events with Ultimate Beatdown. Then after that, I did with MFC, Malaysia Fighting Championship, F3. Then suddenly, Legend came to Kuala Lumpur, and they were looking for referees. So somebody recommended me to Legend. So they asked me to referee, so I did. So I refereed before he was a UFC fighter. I forgot his name again. Li Jingliang. Before he became a UFC superstar. So I refereed one of his fights.
There was a specific promotion that kind of helped you kickstart it all, right?
Oh, that one was Malaysia Invasion. The first Malaysia Invasion. So we were refereeing Saturday and Sunday, 250 fights. So that was insane, like fight after fights after fights after fights, that's it. So for two days. So what was amazing was all the fighters from different region of Malaysia, they came to Kuala Lumpur and they just fight. That's it. They were fighting in the shopping mall in Paradigm. Is it Paradigm? Yeah, Paradigm Mall. I mean, they were structured in a way that they were doing like ladder matches. So I was really excited because I was looking forward for their next episode of their event for that season. Like for that season, there was like scheduled for about 4 fights, four events from Malaysian Invasion. So I was really, then after that, you're gonna have the finals, which they did it in a big stadium. I don't remember what the stadium in Kuala Lumpur. So that time it was sponsored by Chun Talk. So yeah, I mean, like it's one of the biggest events in Malaysia. They really opened up the awareness to all the fighters or inspiring fighters in Malaysia to train MMA. Responsibility of a referee is the safety of the fighters. That's basically it, man. I mean, when you're inside the cage, you gotta make sure you make the right call. You gotta make sure that they don't do illegal techniques that would really harm and damage the fighters. I mean, you gotta train You have to know MMA. You gotta train MMA. You gotta be well-rounded to understand the sport. If not, you won't know when is the right time to stop a fight, or if it's too early or if it's too late. You don't want to ruin their career by making a mistake, stopping the fight too early or too late. MMA, well, it's a total different story because it's a mixture of boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, grappling. So you gotta know everything. If you don't train grappling, you won't able to pass. the course, because they have to know the skill. Because how do you know if a submission is clean? You see the fight and they go on the ground and one of the fighters put on a submission. You have to know what that submission is, because MMA, in any fights, if you get close to each other, you just go down on the ground, and that's where the grappling comes. Favorite moments will be traveling, traveling. It's like a vacation and work at the same time. Like I get to travel to Penang here. I get to experience different hotels, make new friends and meet old friends, new faces and old faces. So it's really nice to see them. That's one of the nicest things I experienced being an MMA referee. And the buzz, when it's your turn to referee, you're there, like you're in the cage and you don't know what's happening. Then when it's time to work, it's just like boom, just focus. You don't know what's happening outside. You just like really focus on the fighters. That's it. It's hard to explain, but when you're an MMA referee, then you'll know the feeling. So when you're an MMA referee, all these things happen. For me, it's exciting. My name's Kim Lee Tan, 53 years old, 10 years as an MMA referee, and thank you very much for listening for my story.